The New York Knicks are coming off their first playoff series win in 13 years. Now they're taking on the Indiana Pacers, a team they split their regular season 4-game series with at 2 games apiece. That is the split. There is blue-collar gold swagger t-shirt being worn by Paul George, and more importantly, there's the man, Patrick Ewing, at Madison Square Garden, taking in the game first quarter. Raymond Felton driving and finding Tyson Chandler for the jam. One of only 2 field goals on the day for Chandler, but the Knicks up 12-10. Roy Hibbert to DJ Augustine, who was the story in the first half. 10 points at the half on 3 of 3 from deep, and Indiana up 22-18. Carmelo Anthony to J.R. Smith outside, 2 of 6 from range on the game. Then the Knicks in transition. Raymond Felton to Jason Kidd, who gives it back to Felton for 3. The Knicks ended the quarter on a 9-0 run. Felton a dozen in the first quarter, 14 at the half. Later, Pablo Prigioni to Kenyon Martin. Nice little flip shot there from Martin. The Knicks up 32-29. Later in the second, Carmelo Anthony working on David West with a little pull-up jump shot. Nice handles there to get open and get the shot down. 10.7 rebounds at the half for Melo, and the Knicks up by a pair. Later, Raymond Felton uses the Melo screen and then finds Iman Shumpert for the 3. He had 11 points on the night. More second quarter action. Melo with the miss. The Pacers get the board, and we go the other way. Lance Stevenson, the story on the boards. He had 13 rebounds. He also drains the J right there. 11 points, so a double-double for Stevenson. Then Paul George outside with the 3 just before the half, and the Pacers at the half up by 6 on the road at MSG, but there is Melo in the third, 58-50. Just look at the tremendous footwork to get the space and get the jam from Carmelo Anthony. Later in the third quarter, you see the Pacers up by 6, and Carmelo Anthony commits his 4th personal foul with 7:48 left in the third quarter. He'd sit the rest of the third quarter, and the Pacers taking advantage. Tyson Chandler, nice defense, but he can't do it twice. David West gets the basket and the foul after Roy Hibbert got the rebound. Later, Lance Stevenson, hooping arm for the kid from Coney Island. And check the score. Indiana starting to put up a huge advantage. There is Stevenson again on the boards. And there is DJ Augustine one more time for 3. He finished with 16 points off the bench. Indiana up 81-65. Fourth quarter. Here comes Carmelo Anthony working on Tyler Hansbrough, and that's a bit of a mismatch. Melo finishes with 27 points. Then Melo again. Strong to the rack, but this time gets called for an offensive foul. That's his 5th foul, but Coach Mike Woodson left him in the game. Roy Hibbert, turnaround, soft jump hook, goes down. He had 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 blocks, so a nice performance from Hibbert. Then driving to the basket, impossible shot from Paul George, somehow goes down. He had 19 points in the game. Melo trying to bring his squad back, knocks down the jumper, cuts the lead down to 11. Melo again, this time from 3, cuts the lead down to 8 with over 3 minutes to go. Frank Vogel wants a TO. The Pacers now up by 8. David West, a little push shot, gets a friendly roll and goes down, and that is enough for the Indiana Pacers. They take down the Knicks at MSG and get the home court advantage. They win game 1, 102-95.
Run guys off that 3-point line, and that's one of the strengths for the New York Knicks.
That's team for the New York Knicks.
Well, because of their size, being able to match up as Felton.
And we know that Indiana's 3-point defense, the best in the league here. The driving Hill. They're off to a pretty good start. Felton got it from Carmelo and guarded here by Hill.
Talked about with the struggles of J.R. Smith. Nice backdoor pass. Roy Hibbert going straight up to make sure he doesn't get the con.
Raymond Felton, here comes Prigioni. It's Shumpert teeing up a 3. Played so well with him at that power forward. We're going to leave him there, and Hill puts up a 3.
Carmelo Anthony.
Here comes Hill with some fancy dribble.
Popovich and the Spurs.
This is Carmelo Anthony.
They need that from Tyson Chandler.
That's a 3, and Felton launches it.
Force you to drive, and they want to force you into David West. Nice dump down to
1 shot clock here at 5. This is Paul George to close. Mike for the third-year player, George out of Fresno State, with Felton carving his way in for 2. It's a long 3. Hill can't get it. Stevenson down
at the defensive end and on the boards. And in game 1, 13 rebounds.
And for them, George, Hibbert, I see you're always friendly, huh? Time erases everything. Here's Carmelo Anthony. It's his second.
The wing players for the Knicks.
And you know he goes in for the Knicks, and here's a full shot clock at 5. Young. And he finds order. Chandler. Carmelo Anthony. George is in there. Hibbert comes over with a hedge. 8 to shoot. Young. Shot clock at 4. Copeland's defense. The reverse is down. Pretty long, though, for Indiana. What made them number 1 in defending the 3. George.
He threw a little curse word in there, and I said, gee, your mom's a tough critic. He said, the tough.
Working it inside. Jumper. Down by 11. West. Martin Benito. Good feed.
And the double team. You just saw a willing passer down there as well. By Shumpert. That almost looked like it was in slow motion.
August. It's Kidd. It's into Shumpert. All career. Shot clock here at 8. West inside. Copeland. Steal right there by Augustine. A foot race with Felton. And goes up for the reverse.
About Indiana. They're going to grind their way.
Diving and leading the New York Knicks.
Well, both teams are shooting the basketball pretty well.
For number 11, Felton. Carmelo. Up and in. High ball. George. The shot by Shumpert. That's another. Shot clock at 4. They go into West. Martin is there. Of their respective team experience. Oh, and they go high there. And George. Uncorking the 3. Shumpert's got 11.
Tell you what, defensively for the Knicks, nice little
shoving on Carmelo. They go inside. Stevenson is there, and Chandler with the bump. The drive, diving inside. Shumpert Green, and then the quick double converging, and then he throws it off on the side, and Stevenson is. Entry pass to George. Takes it right into Tyson. Good pass to Anthony.
You're just wondering where the Pacers going to score from.
West.
Court advantage. It ended up being the New York Knicks.
Felton. Raymond Felton outside George. Hibbert picked up by Chandler. Been very efficient catching in. The whirling Felton. The tip in. There, West with the screen. Hill off to Lance Stevenson for 3. In the corner, West comes out on him. Here's Kenyon Martin. He's been at Martin on Stevenson. Shot clock at 3. Hill for the dribble. Good. The defense of West is there. Shot clock at 6. Here comes Anthony. And here comes Weston Anthony again. Shot clock at 8. They're trying to set a screen. They trap him. Hill loses it. Martin switch on D. A 3 by Smith. No good. Kidd keeps it alive. Chandler. 6 of 9. Rigioni running twisters on Kidd. Oh, here we got close. Screen that opens up. Anthony for 3. 26 defended by Hibbert. Slammed in by Hill defending. Carmelo across the line. Decreases in the playoffs as well.
And let's give Boston Celtics a lot of credit.
Here's J.R. Smith. Rigioni, here they go up top. He was doing a fake move and caused him problems. Richardson a 3.
Home court advantage. Come out here in game 2, and they were a little bit sluggish at times of Anchor's life.
Hansbrough. Harold Green with the rebound. And he goes the other.
On Saturday, he went through a scrimmage yesterday. He's using today as a recovery. And his line was, no fear.
That's Green from out. Last surgery March 7th. Top in front.
21 turnovers for 32 points.
Sure.
I mean, a lot of those things are unforced and things like that. So
all season long. Anthony drives on Green. Pull-up jumper. Knocks it down. It's now 0 for 3. Mears has had to do so much for the Celtic team. Anthony on the pull-up. That's good. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Too good. A little behind the back to create a little separation, and he is, if not the best player. Heather's got handles. She was a volleyball player. Bump set spike.
Carmelo Anthony.
Top of the key and shoot over him.
Anthony one-on-one with Bass. On the pull-up, Carmelo Anthony drills it again. He waved Chandler away. 4 to shoot. Anthony from the baseline. Again, Carmelo Anthony, 3 straight buckets. And this is the largest lead of the first half. And more scoring from Carmelo Anthony.
Well, late in the clock, just turns and shoots over the smaller Jason Terry. And then Brandon Bass, who's done a good job on him. This is excellent defense, better offense. Carmelo Anthony with the pull-up jumper, and then again, this is just such a difficult shot. New York, just say thank you to Donnie Walsh for that trick.
Played well offensively in the first two games. Not the case here tonight in game 3. Anthony, gorgeous pass from Jason Kidd. And the out.
You know, cherishing every possession counts, and we're doing that the first half.
And it seemed like in the second quarter you cranked it up a notch even more mentally. How did your approach change?
Well, I just wanted to be a little
in control here at halftime. Carmelo Anthony started slowly again. We've seen him go through a couple of rough stretches, but finish strong. Stay tuned for the Toyota Halftime Show coming up after these messages. Anthony, that's good. Three-pointer for Carmelo Anthony. Anthony, the turnaround, knocks it down. 17 points for Carmelo Anthony.
At the rim, and then Carmelo Anthony has clearly been the most.
Nothing. Shumpert takes it right away from Pierce.
He looks so good tonight defensively.
Anthony for 3, big turnaround. The
Crafty. He's so very crafty and economical with his footwork.
Anthony, pretty economical shooting the ball since that slow start. He was,
well, just again, the best pull-up jump shooter in the game, knocking it in. Good use of the dribble. The skill level is remarkable. The balance. I want the Celtics fans to chant offense when they get the ball.
Anthony's jump shot, that's good. 24 for Carmelo Anthony.
One dramatic moment. I mean, they haven't had any moments where, as Anthony hits another one.
The Indiana Pacers with a big win on Saturday to take a 2-1 advantage in the best-of-7 series with the Knicks. Roy Hibbert, dominant force in the paint, 24 points, 12 rebounds. While the Knicks have been hit by illness and injury. Iman Shumpert had his knee reevaluated in Indiana earlier in the day. Knicks got off to a slow start. Shumpert off on the 3. Raymond Felton can't hit the layup. Then on the other end, David West to Paul George. It's an 11-3 start for the home team. Later in the first quarter, the woes continued. The Knicks 0 of 6 from downtown in the first quarter. They were so good in the regular season from distance. J.R. Smith 0 of 3, no points in the first quarter. And he gets called for an offensive foul. But the Knicks stuck around because the Pacers were just 1 of 6 from downtown. Here, though, hitting the glass, Roy Hibbert, 5 rebounds in the first quarter. It was 23-16 after 1. Another rebound to kick out Paul George. 35-26 Indiana. Raymond Felton grabs the rebound, and then he goes coast to coast. Felton, little hesitation move, and goes off the window to cut the deficit down to 5. But again, rebound. Paul George grabs it and gets it to George Hill. Hill from downtown. It's 44-32 Pacers. Check out the ball movement by the Pacers. Great look. Another pass to the open man. And it ends up to Paul George. He creates for himself and then buries it. 12 first half points for George. Another George. George Hill. Defense. And turns it into offense, splitting the defenders. New York just 2 of 14 from downtown to the break, and well, Knicks fans weren't entertained by their squad. Maybe they would enjoy that halftime entertainment. It was 48-34 at the break. Carmelo Anthony had 24 points, 9 rebounds, but again, Frank Vogel's squad doing what they do best, rebound.
I've never seen weak side rebounding like I'm seeing tonight. It's off the chart. Okay, it's off the chart. Keep it up. Keep it up. And look, we know that if we continue, if we sustain our ability to get transition buckets in the second half, this game's going to be over.
Transition buckets were real big. Outscoring New York 10-3 did the Pacers in fast break points here. Lance Stevenson. It's 57-43. The Pacers beginning to create a whole lot of separation, not only in the game, but in the series. George Hill, the bucket and the foul. 59-43. David West to George Hill. 3 of his game high 26 points. Hill 9 of 14 from the floor. Lance Stevenson, he was effective as well. Stevenson finishes with 13 points for Indiana as they get past the Knicks in Game 4 of this series. It's now a 3-1 advantage for the Pacers. They out-rebounded the Knickerbockers by 18. Game 5, when the Pacers will have an opportunity to close out the series Thursday night.
Prigioni back out there and against Augustine.
Something defensively I saw in that first possession by the Indiana Pacers as Carmelo Anthony knocks down his first shot of the evening. Indiana Pacers.
The longer a series goes, the more animosity it seems that is built up. Anthony for 3. Carmelo Anthony is at 2 in a row and a good sign for the New York Knicks.
Kev, no double team.
Right.
The ball's gone down to David West and Roy Hibbert, and the Knicks are not in double team mode.
Now they've got West on Anthony. And Carmelo still knocks it in. He's got 3 field goals and a timeout, Indiana.
What? Here's another technical as Shumpert is going to the bench right here. But Melo off to a great start. 3 of 5, 7 points.
And look for the return as Hansbrough came in moments ago for West. It's a J.R. Smith 3. Certainly gives a little bit of grit to the Knicks. And what a sign for New York. The 6th-man award winner, J.R. Smith, hitting the triple. 5-point New York lead. Both teams shoot 28% of the first quarter. The spinning Anthony puts it up. Working his way. Chill.
Yeah, real nice start by David West. But more importantly, I like them establishing him in the post.
Smith. So Smith has hit a 3, he's hit a mid-range, and he's close in right there. So he's hit the hand of Melo. Augustine looking to get it into Hibbert. Bad pass. Again, a timeout. J.R. Smith. He knew they were going to get caught.
Augustine in that short corner 3.
Another turnover by Carmelo Anthony. The other way, Augustine with a pump fake and a nice knock away by J.R. Smith. Oh, he timed it beautifully on the play.
I understand the pump fake right here, but if he would have gave the ball off to Lance Stevenson, this is an easy lay-in. He easily could have dropped it back to Paul George, who was trailing as well. So he had
4 Tuesday night in Indianapolis.
Carmelo has to take Roy Hibbert.
He does. Wow.
There's no way, foot speed-wise, at Hibbert, especially with 2 fouls. West down low.
Number 2.
Here's the isolation play with Carmelo versus Roy Hibbert. And the Pacers do not like to send help. It doesn't matter if Roy Hibbert is guarding the leading scores. Yeah, West was looking for the contact down low. The officials are doing an excellent job of
Carmelo. The 2 as 3rd on Prigioni.
And look at the dancing here by Carmelo Anthony.
Let me ask you something. Now, he's a guy with a jump shot. He's flexing that left shoulder. We know he's got a protective wrap that he says keep the second quarter. The fans come to their feet here at the Garden. The roar that accompanies that. Crossover by Anthony and George. Carmelo Anthony. He's got a game high, 15 points.
Am I venting a little bit to you?
You know, this is your forum.
Okay.
You can say what you wish.
An official who's back in the locker room right now at the scorer's table over there all game, looking at instances just like this.
But in that
J.R. Smith, it's good to know, listening to Shaq, great minds think alike. Your best player in an elimination game got to come out and put their will on game. You see the 7 of 15 points for Carmelo. Now, those are good. Those are pedestrian numbers. Those are regular season numbers. You know, when your back is against the wall, you got to come out and have a huge offensive game. But if you're Mike Woodson, this was a welcome sight. This is J.R. Smith's first shot, a 3. He only took 5 attempts, making 3 of them. But of the 40 points in the first half for the Knicks, 24 have come from J.R. Smith and Carmelo Anthony. So both of those guys are going to continue offensively to lead this thing.
Smith, J.R. 3 of 5. Working on Stevenson. Oh, Nice shot by J.R. Smith. He pulls a Houdini right there.
Good D, better O.
Stuck with it, yeah. 4-6 shoot now for J.R. Here come the Pacers. They put up 4 shots. They've hit all 4 in this third, but that time they turned the ball over.
One of the better mid-range shooters at that power forward position.
Copeland gets it inside. Carmelo controlling and puts in his 17th point right there. Carmelo Anthony is 8 of 18 tonight. Anthony. George is there to defend. Shot clock is down to 5. Carmelo Anthony.
And that's a good move there by Carmelo. Don't fight so much offense trying to guard the man with the ball right now, Carmelo Anthony.
You're right, though. He had only 5 in the first half. 11 here in the third. Carmelo. Anthony's got that stroke. He's got 21.
Early on in the first quarter, but for the most part, it's been a good, clean game.
Copeland with the steal. Copeland with the 3 at the other end.
Low.
You saw the comparisons of the first half to the second. For Carmelo Anthony, the NBA's regular season scoring leader.
Here in the fourth.
5-4 on the shot clock. Young is watching Carmelo. Anthony with a big shot. And that's what it's going to now be. Back and forth, everything.
3 of his 23, and Carmelo. Sam Young slips down. Melo with the step back. It's starting to become a shooting battle.
It's gone 1 of 2. Game high, 24 points. To the 24 he had on Tuesday.
He finds himself in game 5. Left, no call on the play.
Stevenson slips, throws it away. George will try to defend Felton.
So it's 5 fouls.
That's
Paul
right.
George did not want to go and try to foul for there to be a call. And then with no George Hill, Augustine on the bench, Stevenson with the turnover.
George will defend Carmelo. Shot clock is down to 7. Anthony.
A little step back here. Somewhere Dirk is smiling right now.
Pushed and the ball coughed up and picked up by Smith. Covers for the Indiana Pacers. The last break, when he had fallen and gone to the sideline, they put heat on it quickly, but it was just such a short break. And now he's going to go back and get some. And it's 3 games to 2 Pacers, and they'll go back to Indianapolis for Game 6 on Saturday. Carmelo Anthony tonight, 12 of 28, 6 rebounds with his 28 points, his 28th. A game high. Shumpert tonight played, did not score that well, certainly, with just 5 points. He was only 2 of 10. 12 for Felton, who started, and the 4 assists and 5 rebounds. And off the bench, they got 13 from J.R. Smith, 4 of 11.
Something they did a lot in game 4. Late clock, Stevenson.
Close out, make him a shooter. Do not let him get to the paint.
Melo dishes to Shumpert, and that's a big shot for him.
Not quite the defender that George Hill is.
So George a 3.
The offensive boards.
Hill knocks down the 3. Pacers able to break the Knicks. Stevenson goes to the basket, so the Knicks pick up 5 and scored in the first 5.5 of Game 6. Prigioni.
Offensively on a nightly basis, but boy, is he getting there, and I expect it to be very, very soon.
Those subs. Double on the penetration. Prigioni. There you go. So Pablo Prigioni.
Nobody's picking up the basketball.
So Stevenson goes right to the goal.
The ball. Stay with your own. Make Prigioni a finisher.
George out of the corner. And 1. Melo on the 75 in the regular season.
He had 19 turnovers in that game. They missed 14 free throws.
Melo, first quarter, guarded by Prigioni. Lance Stevenson,
big duties. Now he can just play. He's been a terror on the glass. A terrific start here for Stevenson.
Oh, Anthony getting in a rhythm and sometime organizing his Indiana team.
No assist in that ball game, running the point. Very difficult. Is Copeland
waiting for the winner of this one. Hibbert met by Stoudemire, but still able to knock the shot clock for New York. And Anthony again watched by Young.
connects, but force him into putting that ball on the floor in that late clock situation.
West fighting inside off the wind-turning guys post-concussion. Have to be asymptomatic. George to the basket. Beat the Lakers in the NBA Finals. Felton will flotation device in the lane. Anthony put it back in. Ocean going rack to rack. Oh, man.
LeBron James had to be superhuman for them to get. So this is a confident group, and that's miscommunication there. The Venetians, those are things that just can't happen when you're in the situation that the Knicks are.
Miller on George Hill, that was his green, like 90. Largest lead of the game to the Knicks MVP. Anthony again.
A little bit out of the comfort zone. Caught it about 8 feet out, and then able to finish.
Melo got them all. Permit.
It doesn't matter. And boy, is he doing his thing on the offensive end. Oh, man, looked like he got hit, too. Him doing that here tonight.
West pulling in towards the basket. But look at Hibbert go right over Kenyon Martin. And the foul comes was ready to lift him on.
He was thinking.
Got a screen. Got a look. Got another one!
He's made a couple threes in a row. You got to take that away.
Inside Hibbert. Over Martin. Dribbles in traffic. J.R. Smith wants in on the party. Why not? Game on the screen. On the drive. Anthony scores and the Knicks take a 2-point lead.
Melo, but boy, they all pitched in here in the third.
Fans rise to their feet. George rises to the Pacers as they were taking the ball, put up a practice shot there. Copeland from the top hits the three. Hughes would have been his fifth. Kicks back the other way. Copeland in transition. Another to this series, hitting 8 of 9 in this second half. George, beautiful. 7 Monday night at the Garden. Pacers trying to get to these finals. Hibbert spinning.
Late clock again here.
Yep. West twisting. Late pass to George. Just beats the clock. What?